So the Soundcore Select 4 Go is a surprisingly affordable micro speaker that gets impressively loud for its size. It has great clarity and balance at max volume, and it has a very long battery life. Overall, the Select 4 Go is a solid pickup. But today we're going to see how the Soundcore Select 4 Go compares to both the JBL Clip 5 and the JBL Go 4, which are two other great micro speakers that have recently gotten some big upgrades. Regarding pricing, this is one of the biggest selling points for the Soundcore Select 4 Go. The speaker has a retail price of $25, which is why I find the speaker to be so impressive. Whereas the JBL Go 4 has a retail price of $50 and the JBL Clip 5 has a retail price of $80. Now, all of these speakers are good, but depending on your needs, you'll be better off with one over the other. But regardless, if you want to pick any of these speakers up, they'll be linked down below, or you can always press on the YouTube shopping button.
And if you want to further support the channel, pick up some merch. We have trucker hats, snapbacks, and shirts, and everything is printed on higher quality products, so they're gonna last you a good while. And by buying merch, that helps us produce more independent Versus videos. Thank you to everyone who's bought a shirt or a hat, and let's get subscribed.
So first, there is the design of the speakers. Now, all of these speakers are small, but the JBL Go 4 is noticeably smaller than the Soundcore Select 4 Go. And then there's the JBL Clip 5, which I feel is very similar to the Select 4 Go. Now, both the Go 4 and Select 4 Go have a built-in loop, so you can attach these speakers to things, but these loops don't stretch out all that much. Whereas with the Clip 5, the speaker has a built-in carabiner. So attaching the speaker to things is going to be a little easier by comparison. But nonetheless, all of these speakers are good options to take on the go with you because they're all small and they all have a mostly fabric wrap body, so they're going to be able to stand up to constant abuse from bumps and scrapes. And they're all dust and waterproof, so a little bit of water isn't going to hurt any of these speakers. But when it comes to battery life, these speakers are very different from one another. Now, the JBL Go 4 has an advertised battery life of 7 hours with it playing at 50% volume, whereas the Clip 5 has an advertised battery life of 12 hours with it playing at 50% volume. But then there's the Soundcore Select 4 Go, which has a monster battery life of 20 hours while it's playing at 50% volume. And 50% volume on the Select 4 Go is louder than 50% volume on the JBL Go 4. But the JBL Clip 5 is noticeably louder at 50% volume than the Soundcore. And with all of these speakers, if you were to use them at a higher volume, then that is going to drain their battery life faster. Now, when it comes to charging, all of these speakers charge via a USB-C port as they should, and this is the only port that you'll find on all of these speakers. But I do want to point out that the port on the Soundcore is covered, unlike the exposed ports found on the JBL. So this means that you don't have to wait for your speaker to dry out if you want to charge up the Select 4 Go. Now, I know that this is very niche, but it could matter if you plan on using your speaker while at the beach or at the lake or maybe even on a boat. And finally, with all of these speakers, they can only be used wirelessly, but with all of these speakers, they can be connected to 2 devices at the same time, so you and a friend can both be DJ, and latency is not an issue for any of these speakers, so you can use them to watch videos with on your phone. But with all that being said, let's talk about sound. Regarding speaker setup, both the JBL Go 4 and Soundcore Select 4 Go have a front-mount firing driver and passive radiator setup. But the JBL Go 4 is a 4.2 watt speaker, whereas the Soundcore Select 4 Go is a 5 watt speaker. And then there's the JBL Clip 5, which has a single front-mount firing driver and it puts out 7 watts. And with all of these speakers, you can always go into their apps and you can either choose from a few pre-made EQs or you can make your own. But now we're just going to go ahead and jump into the sound test. Both the JBL Go 4 and the Soundcore Select 4 Go is playing at max volume with their stock EQs, whereas the JBL Clip 5 is playing at 75% volume with its stock EQ.
We both know it right away. I came here to party, don't want it to end. Getting real ecstatic. We both know it right away. When I see you dancing, I know you're there. It's some kind of magic. We both know it right away. I came here to party. dancing. I know you're a dance. It's some kind of magic. We both know it right away. I came here to party, don't want it to end. Getting real ecstatic. I feel this vibe goes from my heart right to my fingertips. My fingertips. Oh, I need you to tell me now how much you're into me. Oh, right away. This vibe goes from my heart right to my fingertips. My fingertips. Oh, I need you to tell me now how much you're into me. Oh, right away.
So first off, there's max volume performance on these speakers. Like you may have just seen, the Soundcore Select 4 Go gets a little louder than the JBL Go 4, because like I mentioned earlier, the JBL Go 4 is a 4.2 watt speaker, whereas the Soundcore is a 5 watt speaker. But in general, both of these speakers are going to be good for like if you're in the shower or if you're on the bike and you're using them at max volume. But since the Soundcore has a larger battery, it's going to last longer while at max volume than the JBL Go 4. But also from a sound quality standpoint, I feel that the Soundcore Select 4 Go sounded better than the JBL Go 4 because it doesn't sound as tinny and it sounded more open. But then there's the JBL Clip 5, which was playing at 75% volume, and again, since this is a 7 watt speaker, it is going to get noticeably louder than the Select 4 Go. And when it comes to sound quality, I feel that the Clip 5 sounded more open and it had more bass. So overall, yes, the JBL Clip 5 sounds noticeably better and it gets louder than the Soundcore Select 4 Go, but the Soundcore sounds and performs better than the JBL Go 4. But finally, let's talk about pairing these speakers up with other speakers. Now, with all of these speakers, if you have two of the exact same speakers, then you can wisely pair them together and get them to play in left and right stereo mode, so your music is going to get louder and it's also going to sound a lot more open. But with both of JBL speakers, they're both using Auracast, so you can pair them up to other Auracast speakers, like let's say another Clip 5 or to a Go 4 or to an Extreme 4 or to any of JBL's larger party box speakers that are also using Auracast, and you can get them to play in sync. Or you can also pair them up to other speakers that are also using Auracast that aren't JBL speakers. But just keep in mind, unlike the JBL Extreme 4, which is also an Auracast speaker, you can't connect your JBL Clip 5 or Go 4 to any of JBL's older party boost speakers, and I do think that this is unfortunate because you can with the JBL Extreme 4. But regardless, if you are planning on growing your collection of speakers, then you do want to go with JBL speakers because they have Auracast, which again works with any speaker that is also using Auracast, even if they aren't JBL speakers. But with all that being said, unless you need Auracast, I think the Soundcore Select 4 Go is a better pickup than the JBL Go 4 because it gets louder, it sounds better, it has a longer lasting battery life, and it's also a lot more affordable. But I still think that the JBL Clip 5 is a better pickup than the Soundcore Select 4 Go because it gets louder and it sounds better, plus it also has Auracast. But regardless, the Soundcore Select 4 Go is a very impressive speaker that gives you a very big bang for your buck.
If you made it this far, I guess you enjoyed the video, so hit the like button and get subscribed. If you want to pick any of the products up, they'll be linked down below. And if you want to further support the channel, check out the merch. I made some shirts and hoodies that look and feel great. And you know I can be very particular, so I'll only slap my name on something if I'm really proud of it.